All right, let's get this over with. Join Yes Have Some podcast every Friday night for Midnight Mando, the Mandalorian After Show. 12 a.m. Eastern, only on YouTube.
I don't want to grow up bomb. Do you want some?
Jurassic Park. Now playing the fifth episode.
Ecto goggles with Ecto Bomber, neutron blaster, and water zapper, each sold separately.
From the corner penthouse of Spook Central all the way to Star Killer Base, this is Yes Have Some podcast.
Do I? Yes, have some. Yes, have some.
You know, they told me you people were conceited douchebags.
The only place in the multiverse where you can love the book, hate the movie, but still buy all the toys.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
I'm not looking for a friend. I'm looking for a Jedi Master.
What?
Please remember to hold on to your butts and get ready to get stressed. With your hosts, Craig Goldberg, Abigail Gardner, and Jacob Walsh.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yes Have Some podcast. My name is Craig Goldberg. Thank you so much for joining us. I got to tell you, if you got your Spotify end of the year playlist and we weren't in your top 5 podcasts, you can go ahead and fuck off.
Yeah.
We weren't mine.
I was not in mine. Jake, did you see your list?
I did, yeah.
How was it? How's your list?
I don't believe it.
Okay.
I think my list is wrong.
Okay.
Of
It's just
podcasts or of
it's-
everything?
Well, no, not the podcast, but just like my music lists. It just had a couple things in there that I do listen to, but I was like, there's no way this was like my number 2 for the, you know what I mean? Like, they just, some of the numbers seemed weird.
A little off. How about you, Abby? How are your numbers?
Perfectly normal for what I've been listening to this year.
What was your number 1 song of the year?
Number 1 song was by Number 2 was Tyler, the Creator. Number 1, The Breaking of the Fellowship by Howard Shore and Edward something. It's the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. Like, I have to explain myself. I listen to that soundtrack specifically when I take a shower at night to like chill out. And it's been like, you know, obviously kind of a rough year. So I've listened to it a lot over and over. Actually, a total of 56 times.
Oh, and that's a long song.
I'm kind of proud
soundtrack
of myself, honestly.
I was looking at my top 5 podcasts and, Yes Have Some didn't make it. I tend not to re-listen to us. I did
Same.
I used to, but not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then I'll put an episode on.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I do, it's not through Spotify.
Yeah.
Craig, what was your number 1 song?
My number 1 song?
We'll do this, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even
Abby
save
just
it.
said what hers was.
So
did.
I'm pretty sure if I don't have it up right now. Thinking back, I'm pretty sure I know number 2 was My Own Band, which is so embarrassing. But that's fine. Floral
That's
Mass,
an immediate don't post.
Floral Mass on Spotify. I'll have to go look. Now, I will say that my top podcast was the Bill Simmons podcast, which is a pop culture and sports podcast. Followed by now people might not realize I think I'm about to expose some factual things about myself. Number 2, 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff. Number 3, Arn Anderson, and number 4, Jim Ross. So 3.
Man, a lot of wrestling.
And then number 5, the Ghostbusters Interdimensional Cross Rip, hosted by Troy Benjamin and Chris Stewart.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff. But anyways, all joking aside, a lot of people don't actually listen to us on Spotify. I look at the numbers and I see the percentages. But for the folks that do, if we made your top 5, post it and tag us on Instagram at YHS Podcast, and we will reshare it. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, makes us feel good.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. It does. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Jake, how's your week going, man?
Week's going well. I'm waiting on some toys to show up. I don't know when. I realized today that, you know, something that I really love to do, which I'm sure you guys do this as well, is when you order something and then it ships.
Yeah.
I like to check the tracking every single day.
I check it on the hour sometimes.
Where it is. I want to know where it's going, when it's going to get here. I want to know. And I ordered something from Big Bad Toy Store last week.
Oh boy.
Okay. Over the weekend.
Okay.
And it shipped, I think on Monday. I'm not sure where they're out of or where their stuff comes from, but I was checking on it today, and they're one of the ones where it's like shipped. That's all you get. There's no number. There's no tracking number. You just get told it's shipped.
It's shipped. It's out there. You're gonna get it at some point.
That's not enough information.
Because I'm just like,
So
poor Jean Grey could be anywhere.
she could be rising like a phoenix in Phoenix. I hope not.
You want like a tracker that will text you like every time they stop somewhere and like how far they are from your house.
I want to know the name of the mailman.
So I actually got something from Big Bad Toy Store. They use FedEx Post. So once it usually takes a little bit of a journey, but it'll always get there. Great. I had a Big Bad Toy Store figure show up today. Star Wars Black Series Clone Commander Bly, which I've been waiting on for like months. It's been very hard to find. It shipped last week. The same thing, the shipping just kind of stopped updating. And then this morning I looked and it said it was out for delivery. Now, I don't know what's going on with FedEx, but the very nice woman who delivered the package was driving a Ford Taurus. So and I'm not lying.
Okay.
Like, I was like, oh, whose car's out there?
Has gone rogue.
Yeah.
We're off the grid.
They're on horseback.
Yes.
You want your fucking packages? We'll get them to you.
Yeah.
Taurus.
There's like their fleet is just like it's basically CarMax. It could be anything. But I thought that was kind of funny. So, well, Jake, I'm excited for those toys to come in.
Yeah, I got some stuff coming. So I got a couple prints coming, and I got a couple. I've been trying to pick up this Marvel Legends collection. So I got some stuff coming there, and God, I feel like there was something. Oh, you know what else annoys me? I'm sure we've mentioned this a lot, but I really, really hate when people. This is an eBay problem. I really don't like when somebody. You get the notification that your item has shipped.
Yeah.
And then 3 days later, you go to check it, and it's like, oh, well, they electronically hit the shipping thing, but it actually hasn't been dropped off at the facility yet.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, that means it hasn't been shipped.
They just pressed the ship
It was
button.
just the end of their day, and they needed to hit a quota.
They hit the ship thing. And it really annoys me about I think, like, if I've ever sold anything on eBay, which I have, it's in the mail the next day.
Right.
Because I feel like that's your job. If you're selling something to somebody, it is your job to get it in the mail as quick as you can.
You live by a code.
A week later is fucking annoying. If anybody is listening and you sell on eBay and you take more than 2 days to get that in the mail, then go fuck yourself and delete your eBay account.
We're talking to you, Craig. I'm looking at all of Craig's boxes that he was just putting together for things he's selling.
Craig, don't do that. Me and Bobby 80s are going to get you.
Dude, and Bobby 80s is out. Yeah, he's going to do it.
Now, listen, I ship. I have 100% feedback on eBay. I ship everything.
But you don't take a whole week, do you?
I don't.
I think 2 to 3 days, and 3 days is like pushing it. 3 days is like if you're busy.
You know what the worst is when you ship something with free shipping and you get to the post office and you check their address and they're in fucking Hawaii and you're like, God damn it, this is so far. This is 40.
Well, you know what? Whenever I think this is probably a common practice, but if I'm selling something on eBay, which I don't sell like tons of stuff on there, but if I'm selling something, if I decide to make the shipping free, then I raise the price just a little bit to kind of make up for the shipping. And it just kind of makes the whole thing. And I think that's why that's on there. I think people do it just to make it easier. Like you just add an extra $10 and that way you don't have to like calculate shipping.
Right. And also there's like a psychological element. Oh, free shipping.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's $20 more, but
you just restructured the payment, but it's the same. I like it.
Well, listen, we got a little package in the mail today. I wanted to thank Adam Sloman. He's a YHS listener. He is in the UK. He's sent us some stuff before. He sent Abby the famous
Pike High Tower is my co-pilot.
Yeah, the bumper sticker.
Yeah, he's in like a car club. He's a car guy.
Adam sent a box of Slimer cupcakes. They're like a UK exclusive, something we don't have over here, and very nice of him.
Yeah, it's like they look, I don't know if I want to say appetizing, but very interesting.
They look disgusting.
Yeah,
but
they're gross.
They look gross. Like and not just those, the other ones too. There's like 2 or 3 different ones that exist. They all look like they're completely weird and disgusting, but there's also something that like screams like early. It looks like an old Nickelodeon food or something. Mm-hmm. Are you guys going to open that and try those, or are you just going to leave them boxed?
Because it's from the UK, I'm perfectly happy leaving them sealed and just saying it's a cool little collectible.
It would be cool to do a video. But
now I
remember that time. Remember that time
Same.
you guys dunked Twinkies into Ecto Cooler?
what weren't you there? Didn't we all do that?
Yeah.
It was
Well,
you
I
and
think
I.
Jake looked while it happened.
Because I don't eat Twinkies.
Oh,
but
okay. You're right. That's not okay. I forgot that fact.
Yeah.
I did. It was so sweet. It was.
I was there. I remember. I feel like I watched that video not too long ago, and you guys look so grossed out.
It's
Yeah.
not good. It's really disgusting.
You have like an immediate sugar rush and crash.
Now, Jake, I've been trying to figure out if this.
Did you guys swallow it? Did you just chew it up on frame and then spit it out
You want to
into a
know
cup?
if we swallowed or? I'm pretty sure I was. Yes, I
I'm
consumed
saying
it.
like some people do those food reviews
Yeah.
and they don't actually eat the food.
Yeah.
It's gross.
It was like a
some
spittoon
people,
or something.
Some people do that.
Some people do that.
And I've also not licked my Spangler
Your
wand
wand?
yet.
No wand licking.
or your Walmart shopping carts.
Oh god.
Everyone's like, "What is happening?"
We don't recommend that y'all do any of this.
Hey, Jake,
First
I
of
was
all.
trying to determine now. I'm going to be starting a Ghostbusters Afterlife collection where I get everything. Listen, we've all been waiting for.
Well, not everything.
Well, almost everything. Well, what am I not going to get?
I feel like there was something that we were just recently talking about where you were like, "I'm not buying." Oh, was it the Lego Ecto one where you were like, "I'm not getting that," and you're like, you even mentioned that you were like, "I'm getting all the Afterlife stuff." Oh, I'm not getting that Lego.
Well, I said I'm not getting it, but does that sound like something I would? I'm not going to. Of course, I'm going to get it eventually.
What I assume is that because I also said I'm not getting that. But I assume at some point we're just going to be hanging out and we're going to be like, let's just go buy it. And we're just both going to go buy it.
Yeah,
somewhere.
we're each going to get one. The next time you're here, we're getting
store.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Because we collect ectos that you have to put together and we don't put them together.
That in and of itself is a collection. The unbuilt
Unbuilt
Legos.
Ectos.
Ectos.
Anyways,
or just Ectos in general.
I've been trying to figure out if this counts as Afterlife merchandise because it does have the new updated Afterlife logo.
Then yes, it does.
All right, there it is.
Yeah.
You
I
heard it
think
here
so.
first.
If it's got the new logo on it, it doesn't. Does it not say Afterlife anywhere?
No, but it doesn't. It also doesn't say Ghostbusters.
Does it?
Well, it does on the side.
It
It does on the
do I have
side.
to grab this thing?
I mean,
right now?
I think if it's got the logo, then you can say that it's Afterlife.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. There you go.
When I saw that trailer, I was like, the one thing I want out of this movie is like a dried ice cream cone full of frosting.
Yeah. And now you got it.
Now I
That's
have
great.
it. It's perfect.
But thank you to Adam for sending that over. And hey, another thank you. And I'm going to play the clip right now. Let me go ahead and play the clip. And well, let me explain how this works. Abby, Jake, you're not going to hear the clip, but the audience is going to hear the clip. And
I've heard it before.
Then we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. But this was a gift to us from a really good friend of ours, YHS supporter, listener, and friend, and Ray Esposito. And he runs Ghostbusters Universe News, Facebook, and Instagram.
Close personal friend.
And he gave us, based on
based on our spiritual connection with him.
well, based on a conversation that we had last week, he sent this along our way. And yes, I have some group therapy, and we're going to play it for everybody right now.
Happy holidays to Abby, Craig, and Jake. Kenny G here. This is a shout out from Raymond Esposito to you guys. I understand you're doing a podcast, or you do a podcast. You talked about me, I hear. Thank you very much. And wishing you a very happy holiday season. And you know what? Let me actually, I've got a studio right here. You've got probably a nice studio to do your podcast. Let me give you some nice Christmas music to help celebrate your podcast and the holidays.
All right, there it was. Kenny G wishing not the YHS universe, not the listeners, the hosts. Craig, Abby, and Jake. from Kenny G. Merry Christmas.
We might have a studio just as nice as his.
Well, let's talk about it.
When he
Jake,
said that, I was like, oh, he's so nice.
Jake, you saw this before I did, and you were losing your mind. I mean, how cool was that?
I panicked. I watched it. Like multiple times throughout the weekend. I saw it, and I had woken up a little late in the afternoon. I don't want to sound like I was sleeping all day, but
no, it's fine. You woke up so early to save children.
I saw it, and I was
after
whoa,
saving the children.
I was like completely floored by what it was, because like we had just had the conversation. It was last week's episode, so it was like.
Yes.
It was kind of the first thing I saw when I woke up. And it was, first of all, thank you, Ray. It was really cool. It was very nice. But also, like, Kenny G seems like just such a cool dude. And after, I was just, you called me later on that day, and I was like, I'm literally just listening to Kenny G now, because now I feel like I owe it to him to listen to him more, because he was so nice.
Once you start, you can't stop.
I know he's getting paid to be nice, but he just genuinely seems like a nice dude.
Like an elegant, delicate fellow. He's very talented and
not all
ageless.
Not all cameos are good. There's some really bad ones.
The saxophone. Hey, sometimes they get your names wrong.
Yeah, sometimes.
Dude, the Yes Have Movies podcast.
That was great.
Well, I think it depends on the quality of person that you're getting the cameo from. I think that Kenny G seems.
Our last one said our name wrong.
Right. Yeah.
They're also.
Now, I will say this, Jake, we had a whole conversation about saxophones and soprano saxes, and then the Kenny G conversation, and now Kenny G wishing us a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Who's going to carry this torch?
Dude, we are now the biggest Kenny G podcast on the internet.
And we are. And to commemorate this moment, there is an official holiday t-shirt from Yes Have Some Podcast featuring Kenny G. It's absolutely hideous, and it's only available to members of Yes Have Some Group Therapy. You can go get the details in there now. Sign up for group therapy. It's absolutely free. And
it's ugly and it's exclusive.
Yeah, and even some listeners were saying they were sending it to their parents as possible Christmas wish list items.
I love that.
Me
Thank
too.
you, Owen.
Yes. I love how interconnected our universe is. Like, we bring Kenny G in on the show, basically talking about him. Then a week later, he's talking about us, and it's just special how it all ripples out. It's really good feeling.
I have been spending every day, like, I get on so, we were talking about last week, used to play saxophone. I've wanted to get a new saxophone for a long time, but they're very expensive, and I don't want to, like, buy a brand new one. I'm not going to be like playing it that much, but I want one. So I check like Marketplace all the time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's some on there that are like, the really crappy ones, like the ones that are like the equivalent of the soprano that my mom bought me.
Right.
But sometimes you get some Yamahas on there, and those are some good ones. And I send people a lot of messages seeing if they want to trade like tattoos for their saxophone all the time. And I have yet to get anybody who is that specific of a trade.
Right. But that's a pretty
but after the Kenny G thing, I was like, I'm just gonna go buy a saxophone. I want a saxophone now.
Well,
I didn't buy one.
Here's the thing. And I want to be really real with everybody. We've got a lot of listeners from all over the country. A lot of our listeners like tattoos. And maybe one of those listeners who likes tattoos has a saxophone.
If any of our listeners has an alto saxophone that you want to trade for some tattoos, come do it.
Yeah. We'll even drive to wherever you are and pick you up because we have literally nothing else to do.
It's a great deal.
It's going to be that same person who bought something in Hawaii. Like, God damn it. I'm like swimming across the ocean.
Going to Hawaii.
So
Jake could get a saxophone?
Yes.
Cool.
All right. Well, listen, everybody, we do have the holidays coming up. We really appreciate everybody's support. What we're going to do now is get right into this week's episode, unless you guys have any other housekeeping notes before we get started.
Yeah, I got a little bit of housekeeping notes before we get started.
All right. So I think Jake might have some housekeeping notes before we get started.
Okay. Sounds like it.
I mean, technically this is getting started because it has to do with what we're about to talk about.
Okay, cool.
I just want to say that I think we're going to have to stop doing hot takes episodes.
Wow.
No.
Because nobody can learn what a hot take is.
You're saying they don't deserve it.
Just, if you guys don't know what a hot take is, then, what do you want us to do?
And they're going to cancel.
We should put some sort of instruction video out on how to create a hot take and how to like almost like one of those videos, like when you go get a job at Kohl's or whatever, and they show you like the old videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So you want to make a hot take? First off, it shouldn't be more than one sentence. And it's like someone sitting down, like writing hot take, scratching it
right.
out.
If your hot take is based on a commonly held opinion, it's not a hot take. It's just a commonly held opinion. I like the phrasing "making a hot take." It's kind of funny to me.
I just made a hot take.
Well, you got to put it in the microwave.
I had to clean up afterwards. I was making hot takes earlier.
Defrost for 2.5 minutes.
I just see Jake, like you
There's
put the
a hot take all over the kitchen.
You put the
You
hot
guys
take.
are cooking this hot take all wrong.
The hot takes in the oven. You see Jake's like face lower, looking at it, like excited about it. No, we listen. There were so many hot takes that we didn't get to last week, and then I started a new thread, and there were so many new ones that we're just going to do those because I don't even know where we cut off last week. But this is going to be the continue.
Like 300 on the first one.
It's you guys have Ghostbusters opinions, and I love it. So we're going to get to them. We're going to have some fun.
Should we rule whether or not it's technically a hot take and move forward from there? Like if it doesn't make the cut, just like,
well, I'm hoping that Craig just does what he did last time, and he doesn't. We're not going to go through every single one of them, right?
Yeah,
if I did what I did last time, we'd still be talking about Kenny G. All right, everybody. Well, welcome to Ghostbusters Hot Takes, presented by Yes Have Some Podcast.
Hot takes.
Ouch!
That was loud. It was hot. That was hot.
Spicy.
It was supposed to be. It's a hot mic.
Hey, okay. Also, rank the. What are those things called? Like spicy, savory, sweet.
Heat index.
Yeah. No, it's not what it's called.
Flavor.
Whatever those are.
Hot sauces.
Amber alert. Like the amber. Like the what's it called? The scale.
No,
Orange.
listen. The 4 experiences that your tongue can have.
Umami, sweet, savor, salty, sweet, salty, sour, and umami. Yeah. Sweet, salty, sour, umami. Okay. I think that's it.
Anyways, here's my hot take. Has nothing to do with Ghostbusters. Sweet is the bottom. Sweet sucks.
That's not true. Sweet's my favorite.
Right.
I got a sweet tooth. I'm gonna look up 4 flavors. Are we still?
They're not
podcasting?
Flavors. Jake, what do you think?
I don't know what you're trying to say, Craig.
Okay. I don't
They're
know.
not flavors.
Listen,
it's like the palate.
The palate of the tongue.
Oh, it's sweet, bitter, sour, and salty.
Yes, those are the 4. Bitter sucks. Sweet sucks. Salt. This is a terribly Hey, this is.
Why are we talking about? What's happening?
Umami's right in the middle of the tongue.
Umami. All right, here we go.
Okay, cool.
Hot take number 1. We went to group therapy and said, "Bring us your hot takes."
And we decided to talk about the tastes of your tongue.
Hey. Get in group therapy. Let us know your taste tongues. Owen Triolo says, Flip City is the pinnacle of all the music used in the Ghostbusters films. I believe that's a hot take.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a hot take.
That's probably a hot take because I think a lot of people would just say the Ghostbusters theme, but
yeah, I don't know if it's the pinnacle. It's you could say it's representative, of like the whole.
It's a good song for sure.
It's a good song.
I can't be like that's one of those kind of hot takes where it's like, oh, that is a hot take, but I cannot fault you for that because it's a good song.
Let me look up the actual.
Also, good job on making a hot take, Owen. That's a hot take.
Are we just insulting our?
No, I sound really sarcastic, but I'm being serious. That's a great hot take.
Hold on one second. I'm going to look up the actual definition of the word pinnacle, and we can see if that applies to Flip City.
Like the highest point.
The most successful point or the culmination. So, out of
then that's absolutely no. Successful.
It's false.
Yeah. It's a good song, but I don't think it's the pinnacle.
It is a good song. Yeah.
Jason Smith.
Yeah. Well, hot takes don't have to be true.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Jason Smith, real Ghostbusters multicolored flight suits are better than GB1 tan versions.
Hey, I like this
I
one.
agree.
That is a hot take, and I don't think I've ever thought about that before. But I like the multicolored suits.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like the GB2 suits better than the Part 1 suits. I guess I don't know how they would how that would translate on film, or if it would be weird seeing them in different colors like that. But that's a good little hot take. I like that.
Yeah, I really like that. I was actually looking back at my old GB hot takes, and one of the ones I wrote down never said was that khaki and lime green do not look good together. So that's just something.
Your old ones?
Yeah, I never mentioned that
week?
from last week. No, but I agree
ones.
that the RGB suits are much more appealing to the eye, and I personally have always wanted to do those and like costume them more than the khaki suit because it gets kind of boring.
I agree. I like the blasts of color. I mean, I posted my Mattel Ghostbusters prototypes on Instagram the other day, and I specifically mentioned that they're just so fun and colorful. I don't know if you guys heard this. The last Hasbro Pulse thing where they announced the Transformers crossover, or was it? I don't know. At some point, Hasbro did say that as they were trying to develop the new Fright Features line of Ghostbusters figures, they considered doing the multicolored suits and decided against it. I think that was a bad idea. I want multicolored suits.
Same.
There you go.
I'll take it.
All right.
Yeah, more color, more diversity.
Tommy Cavanaugh, Elaine. Who's Elaine? Elaine. Okay, Elaine, the lady from who saw the alien at Paramus. That's Elaine.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Her hairstyle in GB2 is better than Janine's in GB1.
Do you think that's a typo that Elaine's is supposed to be Janine's? Or do you think it's supposed to say Elaine?
Well, Elaine is...
That's a character in GB2.
He's just... That's not a hot take. He's just saying, I like that
All right,
one
let's
person's
skip
hair.
that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tommy.
I think the real hot take is that Janine's hair looks better natural than with the wig.
Okay.
Because it's natural in GB1 or
All
the
right.
original versus 2.
Kevin Hines, Ghostbusters made smoking cigarettes look really cool in GB1. I mean, no.
I don't think that the cigarettes added to.
I think you're both wrong. I hate cigarettes. I can't stand the smell of cigarettes. But when I see Peter Venkman smoking a cigarette with Winston by the containment unit, I'm like, they look cool to me.
You like the death sticks?
No, I completely disagree.
All right, there you go.
Nothing cool looking or any. Smoking looks dumb.
Yeah,
It looks
there's
dumb to
something.
me. It's like a very stupid look. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't find it offensive. I didn't grow up watching Ghostbusters though, so it's not like I had that first time seeing it as a kid. Being like, oh, that's really. I
just liked it because I was like, look, the Ghostbusters do what my mom does 2.5 packs a day. Oh God, sorry, Mom. You're not
Love
listening.
you.
Okay.
You're not listening.
Greg Munda. Now, by the way, I'm glad Greg's here to leave these posts. This is a long one though, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. But basically, he was saying that he does not think that the dialogue and the movement of Peter Venkman in the dancing toaster scene actually matches up to the song, and that they overdubbed it at some point. That's we'll move on from that, but that's probably true because that is what they do. It's like they probably weren't playing Jackie Wilson live there.
Right. That wasn't maybe. Yeah.
I agree. I think that's a common thing in movies.
Right,
yeah, like their movements match a different beat, so it seems odd.
Okay, Tony Taylor. If Eddie Murphy, John Candy, and John Belushi would have been in Ghostbusters like originally planned, it would have been a worse movie, not better.
That's not a hot take. That's true.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where that would have gone. But it wouldn't have gone. It would not have been like Ghostbusters.
For it to be a hot take, it has to be. People would have to generally think that was a true statement. That John can't that they would make a better Ghostbusters movie. And I don't think I've ever heard anybody say John Candy would be better. So that doesn't work.
I will say though, I think Eddie Murphy or John Belushi would have made fine Ghostbusters, but the movie doesn't work without Bill Murray or Harold Ramis. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
Right.
Now, Tony Taylor has another one. Kenny G should have done the theme song instead of Ray Parker Jr. Now, that is a fact.
All right.
I want to hear his version of the song. I just want to hear him cover it.
Wait, we should order a cameo of Kenny G playing the Ghostbusters theme.
Yes.
Wait. Well, you think he'll do that?
We could be responsible for rebooting his career in a big way. Since Lonely Island, he might not need our help, but we might need his help.
He wasn't in Lonely Island.
But it's the Lonely Island video on SNL. Don't they get Kenny G to do?
That's Michael Bolton.
Oh, that's Michael Bolton. Shit.
That's the other curly-haired white guy.
Damn it. Oh, man. I'm mixing up my, I don't know what you call that. I'm sorry.
What do you call handsome man?
Handsome saxophonist?
Michael Bolton does not play the saxophone.
Michael Bolton's not.
You know what?
He's just an amazing person.
I'm really sorry, y'all.
Okay. Moving on. Jeff Wisnot. Ghostbusters Afterlife is just a Stranger Things ripoff. Oh, shut up. Who said that? Somebody that Jake argued with. Hi, Jeff, by the way. Tony Lewandowski. The 80s films are the only version of GB that works for me. The heart is in the actor's portrayal of the characters and the humor. Comics, TV series are just dudes fighting ghosts. So this is interesting. This is the opposite of the take that we saw last week, which was...
I can hear John Yerkeva getting so mad right now.
He's hulking out. This is basically saying like, hey, the reason why Ghostbusters works is because of those actors in those movies. If we're on the spectrum of Ghostbusters, I kind of lean towards this opinion more than the real Ghostbusters is the purest form of Ghostbusters. Like, I'm not saying I fully agree with this, but when I think about Ghostbusters, I think about the actors. I think about Bill Murray and Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think Ghostbusters can work either way. You know, it can work in the way that like John Yerkeva wants it to work, where you're more about, you know, other teams and all that kind of stuff. But it's just like a completely different version of the thing. But I agree that when I think about Ghostbusters, it's those actors.
Yeah, more so than like hunting the ghosts. Yeah, I think that's what we all like most, and that's our version, our best version of Ghostbusters.
Like when I think about when I was a kid, I watched real Ghostbusters all the time, but like the movies are what I loved. Yes. Like more than anything.
And as an adult, that's how I feel.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've watched Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 like countless times. So when it comes to RGB, I haven't actually trudged through all of it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jason House, I hope Paul Rudd is the villain in Afterlife. It'd be the perfect dupe, him and his lovable, quirky guys he plays.
It's not a hot take.
That's not a hot take. But I can rephrase this and make it a hot take. Paul Rudd should be the villain in Afterlife.
I would be perfectly okay with that.
All right.
I mean,
I still don't think that's a hot take. In my mind,
I don't think it's a hot take. No, it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. We don't know what the deal is, or if it's like Ghostbusters, one of your main good guys becomes a villain halfway through. That seems to be the pattern.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, Dana, Lewis, Janosch, Rowan, the three of us. I feel like we're the
Rowan was a bad guy the whole time.
We switched halfway through our podcast.
I didn't mean Chris. I meant Chris Hemsworth switches. But no, yes, have some like after about year 2.5, we became bad.
Yes, yeah.
There's even an iTunes review about it. I liked the old stuff.
Yeah, we used to be good. Now we're bad.
That's really funny. That should be a shirt. Yes,
and now we have a little bow tie.
We used to be good. Dan Harshman, people who cannot talk about Ghostbusters without complaining about Answer the Call are inherently boring.
So we're boring?
That's not what we do.
I'm just kidding, because we do talk about it.
No, he's talking about when you make a post about Ghostbusters and somebody off topic just starts bitching about it.
Immediately. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, that is inherently boring.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Evan Todd, I think Answer the Call is a decent enough movie. It just falls short because it's called Ghostbusters.
That's a weird statement. What does that mean?
I don't know if decent enough is a hot take terminology, like necessarily.
I think what he's saying is
being called Ghostbusters makes the movie not good.
I think he's saying that if it didn't have the pressure of being a Ghostbusters movie, people wouldn't be as.
It wouldn't be the most hated trailer of all time.
Yeah, if they just would have called it Scooby Doo, no one would be here complaining. I guess.
Right. I would be. I was like, hey, there wasn't even a fucking dog in that movie. Why'd they call it Scooby Doo? Okay. Dan Harshman, the worst part about Ghostbusters is the fans. Calm down, Dan Harshman. He called me a prima donna yesterday.
Dan, you don't have to live up to your last name.
Yeah, we want Dan calm, man. Dan Harshman called me a prima donna yesterday because I said I was completely
saving your voice.
Yeah, I was like, I'm saving my voice for podcasting.
Why?
When I was on group therapy, Facebook Live yesterday.
Oh my God.
I was though. He's got more. Dan Harshman again. Wait, did we miss part of it? Oh, this is the one I like. People complaining about the kids in Afterlife never had a childhood. Or maybe. Dude, Dan's
I don't know if I can assess that. Yeah, but
I don't know. I think anybody complaining about Afterlife is kind of jumping the gun. Nobody's seen it, and it looks so far so great.
Yeah, we have yet to see how it all plays out.
Jake, I'm going to throw this one to you because I want your reaction. Hazard stripes and slime on everything is the laziest aesthetic choice for Ghostbusters.
Oh, Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like we've been saying that about hazard stripes for a long time. It does really, really seem like in the last however many amount of years, they have just any kind of product, they're just like throw some hazard tape or some slime on it. And yeah, I agree with that. It doesn't look great. Rarely ever does it look great.
Yeah, I've been happy with the move away from that with like Plasma series where they have kind of the khaki ripstop. I'm just glad it's different. Like there's still caution stripe, but
it just looks better.
But like the packaging, to me, the packaging on the Plasma series Spangler wand was so much better than even like the Mattel wand.
More detail, I think, to it, because caution striping and slime doesn't have like a ton of detail or depth or intrigue to it when you look at it.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Dan, for that. That was like a melee of hot takes.
Yeah.
He was button mashing.
Whipping them out.
Yeah. Philip Oliver, the library ghost is the scariest part of the entire Ghostbusters franchise.
That might be true.
That might be a true statement.
Definitely scarier than like the third act stuff. And it kind of gets you because you're not expecting
it is scary. Like that is legitimately like the sculpt on that thing. It's like sort of a jump scare. It's still early in the movie where you're still figuring out what the tone is. And it's like that whole scene is a build up to that's probably, I think I would agree with this.
There you go.
Good one.
That was a good one. Joe Gagliano, the opening scene of Answer the Call is one of my favorite scenes in any Ghostbusters movie.
That's not a hot take. That's not a hot take. That's your favorite scene. I'm glad you like that. What's next?
I've got issues with that scene, but we don't have to go on it. Randy Rodriguez. Let's see what he has to say. I started watching Extreme Ghostbusters on Hulu. The one I think I don't, or where episode 2. Why are they not wearing flight suits? Okay. Yeah, not really a hot take, but that's fine. Randy's a great guy. I don't know why they don't have flight suits in that episode, but that's...
it's been a while since I've watched.
Yeah, I'd have to go back. Extreme Ghostbusters is great.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Ray Cameron, people actually out here shitting on Answer the Call, but will watch any GB fan film and be like, that was amazing. I love that. Not a hot take, but I like that.
That's a point. He's got a point.
Ron Daniels.
Oh boy.
He says, ley lines was an amazing concept.
Okay.
Yeah. Like trauma points in the city where like terrible things happen to people. That's cool. Yeah, I agree.
I think ley lines was probably the best concept that movie had going for it.
Yeah, it just felt like underused and shoehorned in at the last moment.
Yeah, if they would have brought it up a little bit earlier. Mm-hmm. But again, here's the thing. If you think about it, that scene is trying to mimic the jail scene of Ghostbusters 1 where Egon and Ray are trying to explain to the audience, literally the audience of criminals, and as well as Peter Venkman, who never studied. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of a similar thing, just maybe not quite as effective. So yeah. All right, Ron, you win.
Good one.
You lawyered us.
You lawyered us hard. Andrew Schaefer, ghosts have rights. The Ghostbusters are violating them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
That's a hot take. They probably should have rights, though.
Like, but under the living, are they different? Like, do they have like?
That's a whole episode. I guess it depends on what kind of ghost it is, because sometimes in the movies, it's like, the jogger ghost. It's like, oh, it's just a dude who died and he loved jogging and his spirit is just jog. Like, what's he doing?
Right.
But that's what I want my spirit to do.
Why are we destroying that guy? But then it's like you have ghosts that are like, Slimer or Stay Puft or any of the other ghosts that are like actively terrorizing
malevolent
people.
Spirit, yeah.
Guys, I think I figured it out.
We don't have time for that kind of discussion.
Yeah, should they be like?
Hold on, I got to
the judicial system.
No, I got to figure it out. When you die, when you become a ghost, your rights revert back to your mother, because before you're born, it's your mother who's carrying you. And it's a woman's rights issue. So I think she should retain those rights once you're dead. And if your mom's gone, then that's why they have to call in the Ghostbusters. They don't show that part of every Ghostbusters movie. Janine takes the call, and they're like, okay, there's a haunting. Then she checks to see if their mom's alive, and then they move on.
Okay.
Should I stop?
I don't know if I follow that theory. I think there's some stuff. There's some holes.
I think Jake just cut his mic off again.
Yeah. Please don't call my mom to ask if I should continue on as a ghost.
No, motherless ghosts. You don't think motherless ghosts are inherently sad? Wow.
Yeah, but nobody wants sad Ghostbusters. What the fuck?
John Yerkeba. Hey, I'm going to need one of our listeners to back me on this. Just one of you. Send you a sticker.
On your motherless ghost theory?
Yeah.
Good luck.
John Yerkeba, part 4. He says the ghosts from real Ghostbusters might not be as scary to everyone as the film ghosts, but the RGB ghosts are by far more memorable, creative, and oftentimes more threatening. And then there's a button that says see more, but I don't know if I want to click it. Unclick.
Well, first of all, Slimer is the most memorable ghost, period. He originated in the films.
Yes.
So therefore, on that part, I think I would disagree, but I could maybe agree that they are more. He said they're more memorable and they're more.
Well, he's talking about like Sam Hain and Sandman and Boogeyman.
More dangerous.
That. Yeah.
That part may be true, sure. But also the Gozer was like literally gonna like destroy the entire world, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What's more imposing or dangerous than that?
Yeah. And we were just saying the library ghost is terrifying to think of. So when you're saying memorable, we remember that one and Taxi Cab.
I think the thing with the real Ghostbusters ghosts is you've got some memorable ghosts that actually had some screen time that like showed up multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we think of the Taxi Cab ghost, that's memorable, but he was in the first Ghostbusters movie for about 7
Split
seconds.
second,
Yeah.
Right.
So
you get an entire episode to every ghost.
Right.
So
Okay.
I definitely can see that point for sure.
John Yerkeba has another one. He says, I'm going to give Afterlife a pass, but after that, we need to officially put a moratorium on using Gozer or anyone related to or any relation to Ghostbuster in GB media of any kind. So basically, he's saying done with Gozer in Shandor past Afterlife.
Let me say Afterlife and see if it like wraps up those loose ends.
I mean, I can definitely understand that kind of. It's almost like a little bit of fatigue. You know, we just got that in Star Wars. You just bring back the same. Yeah, I can see that.
Resurrecting the same old ghost.
JD Raymer says there should be a faux reality show like Reno 911 featuring Ghostbusters franchises from around the world. Probably not a hot take, but I love that idea.
I love that idea.
Responding.
But are we saying it's like? Are we saying there's actors in this?
Oh yeah, not actual not like
it's like a scripted sketch.
Yeah, not like franchises, not like we're going to DragonCon franchises. I mean, I think like a field office in like the middle of nowhere with a couple people similar to Reno 911, but they're part of the Ghostbusters organization is funny.
I'd like that.
Yeah, it's similar to a lot of fan films, but I think like done properly.
Well, Jake has explained to us multiple times why fan films don't work.
Okay.
Right.
Is this the baby Oscar theory or is there?
Well, they don't work because the people doing them aren't actually directors and actors. It's like when I do paintings.
Oh yeah. Got it.
It just doesn't
when
work.
I play the guitar.
JD, that's a good guess. Not a good guess. You can guess anything. That's a good idea. Good guess. That's what I wrote a spec script and I'm pitching it this week. Fingers crossed. It's called Ghostbusters 411. Alex C. West says the profession of ghostbusting is misunderstood by people who wear badges and relate to the police and firefighting as opposed to exterminators, plumbers, or cable guys. Yeah. Ivan Reitman has always been big on like saying like they're exterminators. Like these are
They're not stopping crime, they're just cleaning up the town.
There you go. That's why that documentary is not called Stopping Crime.
You could say it,
Yeah, thank you. Essentially.
All right. Aaron Ramey, Finn Wolfhard is the new Bruce Campbell.
Okay.
There's more to that, but if I just stop the sentence there.
Based on jaws and cheek lines and all that?
Well, I don't. If I keep reading, I don't know if
that's a no.
He says dressed up as a Ghostbuster in his breakout series and a major horror franchise, and now in his own Ghostbusters movie. So he's saying it's like in kind of a meta way. We'll see. We'll see in 30 years if Finn Wolfhard's.
What was his name?
Aaron Ramey.
Yeah. Okay. We see. That's Sam Raimi making that comment. can't
You know,
get fired.
Finn's really
Making
more
an
like
account
Bruce.
just so he can get on here and talk about Bruce Campbell.
There you
Please
go.
do.
There you go.
Talk
That's
about Bruce
funny.
Campbell.
Andrew Schaefer, Gozer isn't a ghost. It's an interdimensional entity. Same with over half of the ghosts that these so-called Ghostbusters bust. That's pretty funny.
That's not a hot take, but it's true.
That's a fact, a little known fact.
Hey Jake,
Yeah.
Abby and Jake.
Yes.
Let's plug Andrew Schaefer's book real quick.
Yeah, I'm actually holding it right now. Secret Santa, The Gift That Keeps On Giving by Andrew Schaefer, New York Times bestselling author. I've not started it yet because I just got it in the mail, but I'm psyched to. It's a nice paperback. It's a great gift for stocking stuffers. I think you can get it at bookstores and online.
Yeah, Amazon. Jake, you got your copy as well?
I did. I got it today. It's it looks like a nice, fun, quick read, and I'm excited to get into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to hear all about it
Yeah.
from you
I
guys.
can't. I will tell you about it soon.
Will you guys record an audiobook for me?
Okay.
There is an audiobook version, which I also downloaded.
Did he read it?
Tight.
It's not by him. I wish it was, but there is an book version.
Ooh, I got some Audible credits to burn.
Yeah.
Tight.
Dude, you should see me burning these Audible credits. I'm like an old lady at a slot machine. I'm just like,
Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, whoever else you can get.
yes, I read political books. Who cares? Of all spectrum of politics.
Yeah, no, I respect it.
George W. Bush, decision points.
Yeah.
That's me. God, I think we're almost done.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Jamil Payne. If the new movie doesn't do well, they should do a complete reboot recasting the originals. Ooh.
That's a hot take.
Now that is a hot take.
Yeah.
It's spicy.
Polarizing.
I'm sweating over
Kind
here.
of throwing out the old
All right. So Abby,
I'm scared.
dangerous territory, recasting and rebooting. Yeah, that's going to be polarizing for sure, I think, to recast everybody and just try to go and redo the plot. I think we all want something fresh, and that's kind of what we're all getting at. But good job, Jamil, at doing a hot take.
he made a hot take.
You made one. You made a real
That's
good
a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And it's like, that's one of those hot takes that I don't want to agree with it because I'm scared of it, but also it could work. It's one of those things where it's like, you don't want to ever see your like favorite characters recast or whatever. But then it's like, well, we've seen them try to make a Ghostbusters movie without recasting, and it was a disaster. So it's like, what do you do if you don't keep it in the same? It's a possibility. I'm scared of that possibility, but it's a possibility.
I think I'm more open to recasting and telling the story again from the beginning in a new and fresh manner than I would be in a like, one of the biggest, like we joke about Solo all the time, but the hardest thing for me to grasp in that movie is seeing somebody else play Han Solo. And maybe that makes me short-sighted. And even though I could see it working for Ghostbusters, or even like we've talked a lot about Mandalorian lately, will Luke come in at some point? Could it be a different actor? Like, I don't know. I think it would be.
Well, sorry.
No.
Finish your thought.
No, you're good. I'm right.
Well, I was just going to say, like, I don't think that I would rather see something recasted than like aged down or something like that. Whenever Dr. Sleep came out, even though the roles that they recasted were very small, I like that so much more because it feels like real filmmaking and it feels like theater. You know what I mean? It's like you get people. But the reason it didn't work in Star Wars is not specifically because that person, didn't look, act, or sound like Harrison Ford. It is those things, but it also is the writing. It also is the timing of the movie release. It is the directing. It's got to be like a perfect storm of things. If you're gonna recast somebody famous, in a famous role, it just has to be paid attention to and done correctly. You can't just hire somebody and think, oh, they're good enough to just pull it off. It's like a whole fucking recipe of ingredients.
Yeah, I was gonna
that
say it's like replacing the protein in a like a recipe or something. Like you've got to finesse it and treat it the same way and with the same care and preparation, or else you're gonna taste it immediately and be like, "This is not." You spit it out. It's not good. It's not the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Listen. We don't know what the future of Ghostbusters is past Afterlife. The only things we do know are that movies get remade, properties that exist that are money makers will always be, for the most part, with a couple exceptions, tinkered with and rebooted and remade. So I would not be surprised if in our lifetime, whether it's 20, 25 years, whatever, that we do see a new group of Ghostbusters. Possibly they, the decision they need to make is kind of goes back to the conversation we were having a little while ago, which is what is the driving force of Ghostbusters? If the market research and the fandom says that we need these characters for Ghostbusters to work, then I definitely think Peter Venkman, Egon Spengler, Ray Stantz, Winston Zeddemore will be recast and redone at some point. If it's just the universe, then I think we could just keep moving on. And maybe down the line, we do have whole new groups of Ghostbusters that are just kind of exist in the same world, but with their own stories and things like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's all to be determined after Afterlife, I think.
Hey, Ghost Corps, no pressure.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
It's no big deal. Just,
futures hinging on you.
Our podcasting careers are, we used to be good. Now we're bad. We want to be good again.
We're bad now.
Okay. Good stuff. Lee FW, movie accuracy is not important in a toy. If you've ever complained about having two terror dogs with the same horns, you should probably stop collecting Ghostbusters figures and get some sunlight. Now, that's funny.
Yeah.
I can tackle this first.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the toy and the price of the toy. That's what I think. I think that if it's a hot toy, if you're paying $200 for an action figure, accuracy is of the utmost importance.
Yeah.
I think if you're paying $20 to $30 for an action figure, it's still pretty important.
You want to be able to pick out that face.
If you're buying 12-inch Titan Hero Ghostbusters for $8, not so important. I don't know. This one's tough because it's we talked about these Plasma series figures. They're pretty accurate, but there are like little inconsistencies here and there.
Yeah, I think they're pretty great. I think for the price, they're fine. They're good. They're good. I don't want to say fun. That sounds like they're not great for the price when you're paying $20 or whatever.
Right.
I think that's pretty good. I think what we got is pretty good. I can see what he's saying, and I agree to some point. But I agree with you about it's a price thing. It's a price issue, and it depends on what you're getting. If you're just getting the like whatever Black Series or Plasma Series, whatever, that stuff's $15 to $20.
Right.
You can't complain too much about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on your investment.
There's just nothing else to say about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is the kind of thing where there's just a lot of variables. That's it. Like, it just depends on, there's a lot of different things that go into it. Colton Cook.
Getting a laugh.
I love this one.
This is a good one.
Think of your favorite cover of the Ghostbusters theme song. Whichever one you're thinking about is fucking awful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't capture it. Lightning in a bottle. Don't try. Don't fuck with the original.
I will say though, like, I don't count the Run DMC song as a cover.
Well, it's a weird, that's a weird instance of music making. It just is, because it's like partly a cover, but then it's like the music and part of the lyrics, but then also new lyrics. I don't know.
Right.
What is it? Jake, you're a musician.
It's almost a remix.
Okay.
I just told Jake he's a musician. Now he's stressed.
Okay.
What is it about the Ghostbusters theme song that makes it so hard to cover and to do it justice? Because my initial thought is like, it's just too iconic.
Here it is. Here it is. It's not. It's just that everybody who does it tries to put a spin on it.
Yeah.
Just cover the fucking song. You don't have to make it a cappella or get Missy Elliott to ruin it or like whatever. It's like just cover the fucking song.
I like Missy Elliott.
It's the same with like remakes and covers of songs are the same. People think that they have to do something wildly different or add something to it.
Yes.
And that's usually what fucks it up. Just cover if you just want to cover it, just fucking cover it. You don't have to make it some weird thing.
Right, like a variation.
It's also just already a super silly song, you know. And like the only reason we like the Ghostbusters theme is because we love Ghostbusters and we grew up with it. But if we weren't Ghostbusters fans, if it was a different thing, we would be like, that's the stupidest fucking thing that they're still using that song.
It's not particularly tough or threatening as a song. It's got a cheesy quality to it that when you try to like make it more rock and roll or hardened edged, it just sounds bad.
Well, that Walk the Moon cover was a pretty straightforward cover, but it just felt like it was missing. I think Ray Parker Jr. might be the missing sauce.
Yeah,
like
the
you just
weird
need,
X factor.
Yeah, you just need it.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of funny because it is not
the only other good version is Busting.
Oh, Busting's great.
I would agree. Yeah.
But I would say though,
it's maybe superior.
I like if you're gonna do it, I think you have to do the Run DMC version or to a much lesser extent. But I did enjoy it. The one in the credits of Answer the Call, the whatever that one was. It kind of sampled it a little bit,
right?
I'm sorry.
It wasn't on the soundtrack.
No, not that one. The one it's on the soundtrack. The one that's the if you're gonna that one.
Is that a cover of the Ghostbusters thing?
Well, Ray Parker.
Wait, I'm just taking a Dua Lipa song. Who is that? What is that song? Is that Jeremiah?
No, but I think you just. So honestly, are we now discovering that Dua Lipa ripped off the Ghostbusters song?
Baby. Yeah.
Wow. Anyways,
you and I are the only two people who are enjoying this conversation. So for the rest of the listening audience,
they like it.
Who likes Dua besides us?
Listen. Oh, I'm sorry. She's the most popular artist.
She
in the
literally
world.
is.
Who?
Dua Lipa or Lipa. I'm not sure how to say her last name.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She's just got the greatest album of 2020.
Oh, is she on the Lord of the Rings soundtrack?
No, it literally is, Jake. If you listen to it, you'd be like, whoa, this is every single song's good.
By the way, we haven't even talked about how the Jagged Little Pill performance from the Thanksgiving Day parade, people ripped it apart.
Oh my, I
Twitter.
felt so bad. I mean, not like I have any reason to be protective of it, but when I saw it, I was like, it's so weird to take that out of context.
Out of context, Broadway is... It's just hard.
It's the worst thing ever.
It's just so hard. People are like,
that's real. That's why I like the Macy's Day Parade. It's really uncomfortable cuts and segues and so awkward.
All right, we got our last one from Jamil Payne. And again, he's got an actual hot take. I love this.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He also owes me $55 for some Triceratops.
Whoa.
Gotta go meet him.
Let's not podcast shame him.
I'm not.
Oh, he's going to pay you?
He's been trying to come pay me, and I keep... Honestly, I'm so flaky.
You're going to send a guy over?
I'm not sending a guy.
Send Uncle
People
Tony
don't
over.
realize if you live near us, we will meet you in parking lots to buy toys from you. And
that's mostly where we hang out. Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, look at this morose motherfucker right here with a Triceratops.
Whatever, damn it.
Jamil Payne, Ghostbusters is not Dan Aykroyd's best movie.
True. Great Outdoors is.
Well, I disagree with that.
All right, that's what I think.
So by that logic, you like Great Outdoors more than Ghostbusters?
I just was being hot. I was doing a hot take.
I definitely think that's a good hot take. It's a good hot take because that's a real stressful hot take that I do not agree with.
Can't do that to my ticker. I think he's really funny in that movie.
I think Ghostbusters 2 is Dan Aykroyd's best movie.
Whoa.
Let's face it.
Okay.
Okay, removing Ghostbusters, removing GB1, GB2, what's Dan Aykroyd's best movie?
Oh, probably The Great Outdoors.
You're probably right.
Yeah,
probably right.
I'm thinking others would be like My Girl or
He's done a lot
Coneheads.
of great stuff,
Yeah.
but probably The Great Outdoors.
You know, I got to rewatch Trading Places. I've not seen it in a very long time. But it's probably Great Outdoors. He's great. That's pure Dan Aykroyd.
Lips and assholes.
Coneheads is great, but it's not. Great Outdoors is like phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree. It's uproarious. It's raunchy 80s.
Is that it?
That was it.
Yeah, we're
that was
done.
all of them. That was
Nice.
good.
Good job.
That was good, everybody.
Nice.
That was good. Before we sign off, I did wanted to let everybody know we did an episode of Toy Anxiety last night, and it's going to be on the podcast feed in the next couple of days, but it is on YouTube, and it featured me opening up mystery Star Wars autographs, and I'm not going to lie, this was painful.
It was like the best content we've ever put out.
I don't want to spoil it, but the clip is now available as a standalone on YouTube, and I think it's worth 10 minutes of watching. I think It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
If you like suspense and reactions, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. Jake, any final thoughts this evening as we say goodbye to everybody for another week?
Somebody send me an alto saxophone.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. He'll send you some tattoos, or we'll drive Jake to you and he'll tattoo you.
Yes. Mobile tattoo studio.
It's a really easy deal.
No, that's it. We're good. I think I'm good.
I think I need to get you an alto sax because I'm your secret Santa from YHS.
Hey, Jake, when's the last time you actually owned a saxophone?
It's been, let's see, maybe 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
I had one. I sold it.
I wonder if I could play my B flat scale if I grabbed a saxophone right now, because that's that's like the first one you learn. It's kind of ingrained in me.
Get this man a sax. I'm sorry. Can you keep that or not?
Get this man a sax?
Yeah, it's
I
good.
think I could keep that one.
Keep that.
There's nothing offensive about that.
Good. You gave me a look.
I mean, unfortunately, Chadwick Boseman passed away, which is very sad. And Captain America normally would have a shield, not a saxophone. True. But I don't think there's anything offensive about this scenario.
It's funny. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
All right, everybody. Well, we will see you next week. I almost said happy holidays, but we're not there yet.
Happy beginning of December.
Happy December.
Happy end of 2020.
It's the countdown.
Sort of.
Kind of.
We're getting close.
Dude, did you get your vaccine?
No. I have yet to get that vaccine implanted in my head or whatever.
Whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Hey, let me know. It feels like yesterday it was March of 2020.
Where we were like, this is all going to blow over.
Yeah, I was like, well, I mean, by July, everything will be fine. And Jake was like, you think it'll be that long?
3 weeks max.
Yeah. We'll stay inside. We'll wash our hands. Everything's going to be fine.
Okay, what about Thor? Bring me my sax.
Oh, boy.
Like, bring me my axe?
Like, bring me my sax.
Okay, see, you
like
did.
that? Like the voice?
I regret everything. You liked it?
I'm trying to think what else rhymes with sax.
I can't think of anything else.
Or like,
Snacks?
who are you guys?
We're the Avengers.
No.
What am I supposed to say?
You're supposed to say we're the Ghostbusters.
Oh, we're the Ghostbusters.
What are you doing?
Jake's like, can you stop?
I got another one.
Losing listeners.
I got this one. This is the last one. We'll sign off.
Okay.
Who are you guys?
The Ghostbusters.
Who does your saxes?
Oh. Okay, yay.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for saving the podcast. Bye,
Sounds
y'all.
like you guys already signed off.
Yeah. I'm sorry. My brain checked out like 10 minutes ago. Love you guys. Bye.